not something that is new, that is being brought from outside or external. It's something that is within our culture, it is within us.
If the children live with their kinsmen, they maintain their identity within the family. They also maintain their cultural heritage. They also grow up in a family setup, which is very important for children, rather than the institutionalization way of taking care of children. Growing up in a family setting, they will receive the sort of love that they might need.
A majority of the children that are in kinship care, they've actually expressed preference, towards kinship care than any other practice, because they feel, particularly when they are being taken care of by grandmothers, they are able to be given, the love that they can be given, by their parents.
Because government doesn't need to fork out more resources to cater for children in alternative care. That is in residual child care facilities, because they are very expensive to maintain.
Nene ngotofichengeta kuti dai wakurawo, kuti wakurawo iwe ndiwo wachazoziwa kuchengeta kwandakawaita, kuti wasina kuti kana panesho wangoti pazvine basaba mwero wandokurawo zvakanaka.
Matambudziko andosangana nawo ngekuti pamwe tinorima, pamwe unenge usina fertilizer yekuti uise mumunda imomo chikafu achiti.
Kusaputa kwekuti kuunziwa chinhu here, kwekutoti wakafona pamwe ndipo tingotodii asi kwekuunzira chinhu kuti regai ndiunzire vana hakunaba.
That the caregivers, sometimes they experience a lot of burnout, and they also need a lot of support so that they're able to take care of these children.
Because of the generational gap between the caregivers, some of them are elderly. That generational gap, it also compromises on their capacity to parent the children.
There is poverty. So you find that at times the relatives are burdened with caregiving, and at times, because of lack of knowledge, some members will take advantages of the vulnerable children.
We have seen the importance of consulting the affected populations. So when you are working with households, the children and the families that are in kinship care, it's important that before you develop a program, you need to consult these families so that you are able to identify the real issues, that they are facing.
So the National Alternative Care Policy, it is a policy that is seeking to address some of the gaps that were identified when we assessed and also evaluated the National Orphan Care Policy. So it is bringing in much emphasis on the need to strengthen the households that are caring for children who are in kinship care. We have got foster care guidelines, but we are yet to develop kinship care guidelines. So it is also a critical step after the launch of the National Alternative Policy that we have guidelines that are specific to kinship care. And then government has got a critical role as well in ensuring that there is increased public sector financing for all programs to do with children. So at the moment, government has shown commitment in terms of committing a significant amount of resources towards children. But still, I feel that this needs to be strengthened further, such that all children, irrespective of background, irrespective of their orphanhood status, they should be able to have their rights fulfilled by the state. Also, government is also to create strategic partnerships with the non-state actors, with the Even local authorities themselves, they also have got a contribution towards this. We have got also private players, we have got private companies through their corporate social responsibility arm. They can also provide support to some of these families, as well as communities, churches, the religious community. Especially in Zimbabwe, traditionally you would find that the religious community has been playing a big role in terms of supporting children.
We have social workers who work very closely and in collaboration with the Department of Social Development in the respective districts to ensure that we provide support services to these families. And how do we do that? We do what we call home visits. We actually, conduct home visits to these families, check on their environment, their health. Our social workers also bring in external support in terms of information provision. We know the Department of Social Development has been very active in supporting the kinship care families in the communities, and they've been coming to support these grandmothers with information, with new information, with support services that the government can also offer to these grandmothers.
Ngotokurukura kuti kwavhikuona angonga abura kamari kake kakandoti kana totenga kana kambudzi kekuti kana ikaberekawo tingoona zvekutengesa tichindoona kubatsirikana. Umwe naumwe kuona zvaangonga achifunga ndizvaangonga achidini achichitaura kuti inini yangu idaendati zvakati ini daendati zvakati.
We expect that these same support groups, as women who are now capacitated, as grandmothers who are now capacitated to strengthen each other, we expect them to go on and look for other households which might have the same kind of caregivers requiring a lot of support.
Ngototi gatiite kuti waone kudzidza izvo tikunge tichiita tikaregera pamwe awayo vari kutibatsira washatiwo pamwe mari hatisisina ba saka tingonge tiri kudaro kuti tidini waone kudzidza.
Then we would then work with the Ministry of Education. So for each and every school that we have children that we are supporting, we have volunteer teachers that we have been working with, and we call them psychosocial support teachers. And these teachers, are responsible, in monitoring the welfare of these children, following up on the challenges that these children might be facing at home, and trying to see how these children can be supported so that, they are able to complete their education.
So the government, working with other partners, has got a role to ensure that all the rights of children as rights holders are fulfilled through provision of social protection services, and also provision of child protection services as well.